Guys, I think we are set. Welcome to Fussy Cut Crafts. This is my first video. My name is Adrienne. I am the paper hoarder behind Fussy Cut Crafts. And for my first video, what I'm going to do is show off my first absolutely completed, well, except for, let me see, I've got these corner thingies here that I guess I need some pliers or something to fix those. But aside from that, this is only the second junk journal that I've worked on, and it is the first one that I have absolutely completed. I'm doing a bad job of keeping things in the frame here, but I'll get used to it. This is Shakes. He likes to nap on this isn't really a desk, it's my dining room table is what it is. And is this the front? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Okay, so I made this for my friend Andrea. You can see her name right here. I made this for her birthday, and I think I did a pretty good job on this. What I did, this is a concertina journal, so it opens up like one ginormous sheet of paper, but it's really, as you can probably see, I glued together lots of different types of paper. I used some papers from a travel brochure. I used some just regular notepad paper this one has like a hexagon grid. This one is a regular grid, but it's rainbow colored. What else did I use? Oh, I used just brown paper packaging. I made a lot of pockets in this and decorated. I don't know. Let me see if you can see this. I'm afraid to move my camera, but I used my new embossing machine to emboss some of the papers. And, like I said, make pockets. And I've also got envelopes in here. There's a little envelope right here that I cut in half. I embossed it and put it on and taped this end down because I cut the envelope in half. But she has a little spot here where she can put stuff. So I'm just going to do like a little flip through of this. And if you see here, this first pocket on the first page here, is crooked. I put that down crooked, but I don't think Andrea will mind. She's very forgiving, and she knows I've never made one of these before, so I think that's probably fine. Okay, so I've got like some regular grid paper, dot grid paper here from one of those fancy, I can't remember the name of the notebook, but I found it for like $1.50 at the Joann going out of business sale, which I went to entirely too many times. I think I went to 4 different Joanns, like 6 different times, it's a problem, okay? They're all closed now, which is unfortunate because I was really getting into Joann's because of all my recent crafty just neediness, I guess is a good word. I connected that to some paper from a travel brochure. I think I used the Smithsonian Journeys. I get those travel brochures, and they have some gorgeous photography in them. So since I'm not going to be going anywhere anytime soon, I just went ahead and cut one of them up. And if you do subscribe to that, all you have to do is go to their website and the Smithsonian Journeys website and just say you want a catalog. You'll get 1 or more catalogs per month. They are not stingy with those things at all. And like I said, for anybody who loves glue booking or crafting or any of that kind of stuff, collage, you're going to find a lot of photos in there. And I also included, since, again, some of these pages have pictures on them, I included notepad papers of different kinds. These are made to look like Lego blocks. And they're blank on one side and patterned on the other. So she's got plenty of spots to make sure she's got plenty of spots to write stuff down. This is, again, just free paper packaging. And now that I'm doing stuff like this, I cannot believe how much of this stuff I just threw out. Not even thinking of, oh, I could use this for something someday. But, I mean, it was all recycled, not just thrown in the trash. So that's good. But now, of course, I'm keeping all of this stuff. And, you know, I'm already basically out of places to put stuff. I have some serious reorganization that I need to do in order to continue to keep this stuff. Again, some little papers that I cut up. This is from an Uppercase magazine, which is an arts magazine. So there's some papers there. This is like circular grid paper that I found on Amazon. I think this book costs like $5 or something. There's like 100 sheets in it. So not technically junk because it's a brand new book, but there's no reason for me to have like paper like this. I wouldn't be using it for anything. I'm not a what do you call it? I'm not any kind of like scientist or map maker or architect or anybody who would have to use paper like that. So just thought it would be cool to have as many different types of paper as possible. Another pocket, some more note paper, another type of grid paper. Also found that on Amazon. Again, it was a pretty good deal. Another pocket with pages from that Smithsonian Journals catalog. All in all, I have to say, I think I did pretty good for my first time finishing one of these. Now, like I said, this is the second one I've made, but the first one I finished, and this is the first one I finished, and I'll get into it probably in my second video. But my first journal that is almost complete, I'm having trouble figuring out what to do for the cover. And by the way, this cover is that paper, some more of that patterned paper from Uppercase magazine. And this is just some yarn I got from the Joann sale. For somebody who doesn't knit or anything like that, I got an insane amount of yarn. But I just taped this down and put the tape all over the front and the back to kind of protect it, since it is just paper. Let's see, but you know, again, I think I did a pretty good job with this. I had fun making it. This is more paper from the Smithsonian Journals. I made a pocket out of this one and covered it in packing tape, again, to kind of protect it so it would be easier for her to go into the pocket several times without ripping it or whatever. This is also some paper I found, not technically junk, because I found it in a book of this paper on Amazon. Again, just nice to have some different types of paper to add to the junkiness of it. This is some paper I made, again, with that free packing paper. And again, I embellished that with my, not the die cut, but the other part of that, the embossing folder, with an embossing folder. See, that's how new I am to this stuff. I couldn't remember what it was called, even though I've kind of gone crazy for it now. But again, that's that envelope that I turned into embossed and turned into a pocket. More of that graph paper. Now this doesn't have, and that's the end, and then it goes over to the other side. Let me see. I'm gonna have so much trouble. Oh, I have to flip it. Nope, that's wrong. Okay, this is the back, and I have to do it like this. this is, to be fair to myself, I finished this quite a while ago. Probably, well, not quite a while ago, but probably like no, I guess it was like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. But I was afraid to open it because I really liked the way I tied the yarn up to close it, and now I'm gonna have to figure out how to close it up again. But see, but I've got more pockets here, more note paper. I cut up some brightly colored, some neon note paper that I bought a while back. Again, not technically trash, but I think it adds to the whole look of things. There's that pocket again. There's the other half of that pocket. And for a lot of these pages with the Smithsonian Journal's paper in it, I wanted for her to be able to actually see the scenery for the most part. So I tried to make sure, and here's another envelope that I turned into a pocket. And what I did here is to make sure that she could kind of see the scene is tape it down so that she could flip it up and get an idea of the whole scene there. So it's not just completely stuck to the page that I put it on. There's another one. I did the same thing there so she can look at, I don't know where that is, New Amsterdam or Holland or something like that, probably. But again, I like what I did here. And aside from not completely knowing how to tie this string up again, we're going to see if I can manage it in a second here. And that's the end of the book again. So we're going to see if I can, see, things are already confusing. This is all screwy. That is the one thing about this. I want her to be able to, I put holes in each side on the front cover and the back cover because it is a concertina journal, and it seemed like it would be easier for her to, it's easier for her to close it up however she decides to open it. But with that, see, okay, here's the front technically, because that's why this is where I have her name, and let her know that this is a little book for notes, because I anticipate that my science-y wonderful friend Andrea will look at this and go, that's really cool, but I don't know what to do with that. What is that? Because it's not your standard notebook. So I figured I would also tell her what she could use this for. So I wrote her this little note. You know, she can use it for grocery list, secret notes, favorite quotes, ways to kill a man with one hand, favorite movies, TV, music, affirmations, prayers. She could use it for a hit list, doodles, a burn book, and more or less. And like I tell her, it's up to her what she wants to do with it. And she can, you know, all of the papers in there are pretty normal. So she can, you know, she's not going to be able to do like heavy art stuff in here with paint or anything. But she will be able to take notes, do shopping lists, and basic stuff like that. I have no, okay. I'm probably going to tie this up again off camera, so I'll leave it for now. But I wanted to include ephemera. Now, right now, I don't have any specific need for doing a lot of embellishing. I know a lot of people who make junk journals, they have charms hanging off the side and the bottom and inside and all that other kind of stuff. I did use some images from that travel catalog, and again put packing tape on each side, and she can use those as like page markers when she gets into the journal. But I also wanted to include other stuff like some stickers and things like that. So I made these envelopes out of, this is a map from a travel book. This is just one of those thick ads. Oh no, this one is the cover of a different travel journal. I think The Very Best Vacations. Viking. I think this is from Viking. And you can see the image there is really nice. And this is the cover of a fashion catalog that I turned into an envelope. And so I filled each of them with some stickers and things that she could use to just embellish it herself if she chooses to, embellish other things. What's in this one? Yeah, she likes to sew and knit and things like that. She also likes to paint and play around with art supplies and stuff like that. So if she does decide to use this to doodle or do little art projects in it, she can do that and use some stickers to help that stuff stand out. I also got her some stickers from Jim and Cozy, which is a cool shop. She's got her name is Dana, I believe, and she's got her own YouTube page, Jim and Cozy, and I bought, let's see, yeah, it says the best part of waking up is not giving a fuck. This says peace was never an option, which I got for Andrea because she revealed to me recently that she's, you know how people, you talk about how you want to go out when you have to die. And a lot of people say peacefully in my sleep or with all my family around me. And she said, yeah, that. But she said she'd also be willing to go out in a fight to the death. And I thought, that is something I was not expecting, even though she is a pretty tough chick. This one says, get that money, honey. She's been looking for a job. And this says, the horrors persist, but so do I. And you know what? I think that applies to pretty much all of us right now. And for the past several years. So that's the beginning, guys. I wanted to make this a short video. One, because I don't totally know what I'm doing yet. And two, because I just wanted to see how weird it was going to be to talk out loud, technically, to myself. And it wasn't that bad. I think I did okay. You can let me know in the comments. And I'll be back later this week with at least one more video. Right now, I'm not sure how much I'm going to post. I'm trying to think of ideas for like special videos I can do on a regular basis. I think I have an idea for one, since I've decided to call this Fussy Cut Studios. And one of the things I do love to do is fussy cutting. I do believe I'm going to do a special fussy cutting videos at least once a week. And if you have any ideas for other stuff I can do, where is the best way to put this? Oh, yes, right there is centered. You know, just let me know. And you can do all that subscribing and hitting buttons and bells and all that other kind of stuff if you like. Thanks for joining me. And I'll be back. Bye, guys.